Hi, everyone. Hi to everyone on Instagram. Hello, everyone on Facebook. Hello to everyone on YouTube. I can't believe three platforms at the one time. And I've just been sitting here looking at all of your comments and have tears in my eyes. I'm so happy to be back with you, and I just need to recover because you're all so beautiful. Oh dear. We are going to talk about easy manifesting today, and I promise you that you will learn some things that will make it much easier for you. And everything that I'm going to share with you is the truth. It's not guesswork, it's the truth. It's the way that it all works. So, Barcelona, Canada, Turkey, Finland. Oh my goodness, the guys are just putting some tissues on the table. Oh, you guys. I wish that I could give to all of you. Have you realized how powerful you are and how incredible you are? I see that some of you have written that you don't feel deserving. It's just crazy because you are so deserving. With every breath you take, you deserve everything, absolutely everything. There's no question about it. So, for a start, let's not ever listen to thoughts that would suggest that you are not absolutely stunning, okay? That you are super, super powerful and that you deserve whatever you want, whatever you want. Hi, Benny. Benny's saying, please don't cry. um, okay, so let's start talking about easy manifesting. Now, if manifestation is easy because all of you are doing it all of the time. Not just when you say you're going to manifest something, that's deliberate manifestation, but you are manifesting with every thought you think, with every belief you have. You are manifesting your life and everything in it. You are imagining your life into existence. And you just don't realize maybe that you're doing it until you become very aware of your thoughts. So for me, when I first realized that we create our life through our thoughts and that we manifest, I mean, my whole life flashed before me because I saw why I struggled with money and would get into negative gossipy conversations and all those kinds of things. And I employed the thought police. I had them stationed within me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I just would not let a negative thought pass my lips or take root in my mind. I decided that I'm going to be positive no matter what. And when you do that, it's staggering what happens to your life. Absolutely staggering. I mean, the more positive thoughts you have, the more amazing your life will be. And you know, life happens around us, some negative things happen, but what you need to do initially, those things might happen. But you just need to have minimal focus on those things and focus on what you want. Focus on a joyful life, focus on a peaceful life, focus on absolutely everything that you deserve to have, what you want to be, what you want to have, and what you want to do. So, one of the things that I did with The Secret, and today I'm going to, we got hundreds of questions, hundreds. And so I looked at common themes. And so a lot of people asked, do I focus on one thing at a time or do I focus on multiple things at a time? And I would always say, do a list of everything you want and keep adding to that list, big, small, tiny, massive, even what you might think is impossible, and create this list and have this list, and then focus on one kind of big thing at a time. And I'm going to tell you what I did with The Secret so that you can get a feeling for that, because I thought about The Secret bringing joy to the world every single day, every single hour of every day. That's what I thought about. I focused on that. I imagined everything. I imagined letters pouring in. I imagined The Secret helping people, people manifesting, people being able to improve their health, marriages being saved. I imagined all of that. And then I imagined the book as #1 bestseller. I imagined The Secret sweeping the world. And so all of those things were imagined, and I absolutely embodied it. I just became that dream every single day. I became that dream. And so that's what I did for something big. And some of you have asked, you know, do I just do it once? Do I focus every day? That is what I did for The Secret. I mean, later on with smaller things, I can just have a little thought and it will manifest. But if you, if you want one big thing, then become that big thing, embody that thing. And one of the other things that you really need to be careful of with your thoughts is that you don't think about it as something in the future. You have to see yourself as having it now. And I know that's tricky for some of you, you know, to imagine that. But it's not, oops, sorry, tapped you all. It's not so tricky the more that you have the thoughts about it. The only time when the subconscious mind will hit back, you know, you don't have it or whatever, is because you haven't had enough positive thoughts around the fact that you do have what you want. And so you kind of need to embody it. You need to be like a lighthouse with a flashing light, you know, and that the universe is beaming in your manifestation. And so you are beating, you are flashing light, you are beating with every day to bring that manifestation to you. And the reason why you have to embody it is because law of attraction doesn't work in time. It manifests everything now. And in truth, that's the way you've lived your entire life. Every moment of your life that you've lived has been in the moment of now. You know, there's the past and there's the future, but when you went to school, you went to school now. And when you know, if you got married now. And so in truth, even though there appears to be time, everything that manifests is right now. When it comes to laws of physics, it's operating in the now. And so you must imagine what you want as having manifested now. That is enormous, enormous. You have to really feel that you have it. And you know what? If you wake up one day and you really don't feel like you have it, but the day before you did, don't be concerned about any days when you don't feel as good as you'd like to feel. Just because if you don't feel as good as you want to feel, then, and you're unhappy about that, then you're resisting it and you're creating more of it. So be okay with however you're feeling. If you think of law of attraction as like a giant photocopying machine, okay, so every thought you think comes back. Every thought you think and believe, every concentrated thought will come back as the pictures of your life. So here's the thing. You guys are so powerful. You're manifesting all the time. Sure, we have manifested some things that we don't want. I sure did. Hey, before I found The Secret, I manifested lots of things that I didn't want. But but you still have the power. You know, you really can. You can. How do I put it this way? I really want you to understand how much power you have. You have more than atomic power. And I'm not talking about the person having power, because I think some of you anyway feel get caught up in the person. I'm talking about all of the power that you have is your consciousness. Now, it doesn't matter whether you understand that or not, but what I do want to tell you is you don't have to turn it on. You can never turn it off. You always have it full force, this incredible power that will create your life, that will manifest anything you want. You always have it. It's always there. You can't not have it. Every single one of you has this power to create and manifest, every one of you. And so I want you to, if you can, if you have doubts about your power, I want you to really take that into your heart and understand that you are all power. You really, really are. And the only reason that you might feel that you're not the power is because you're manifesting that, right? Because one of the things that I want to say about your desire, you're always manifesting. You are either manifesting your desire or you are manifesting the absence of your desire. But you're still powerful, powerful manifesting. So sometimes we're manifesting the absence, right? And sometimes we're manifesting the desire. So but you're still manifesting because you're really super, super powerful. So you just need to tilt it the other way. And the way that you tilt it is always with the degree of thoughts that you have or visualization that you do. And so you've just got to be telling yourself over, that is what I did. I told myself over, over until I absolutely believed it. I mean, I felt with The Secret, I honestly felt like it had already happened and that I was kind of going back and wanting to relive it again because it was so amazing. So that's the place that you want to get to, especially when it's something big. And so for example, here, James from New Jersey, and quite a few of you mentioned this, but James from New Jersey says, how can I break the cycle of not attracting wealth when I was able to manifest a great marriage and great kids? And then Fiona from Czechoslovakia says, she's saying, I'm struggling with hope and disappointment. She is trying to have a baby and she's having trouble, she said, believing and letting go. So both of these letters are kind of around the same thing because they're both big things, and that's what I'm talking about right now, is something that is really, really big. And if you understand the small things you manifest, because you really don't have any resistance around it. Like if you can be, oh, it's okay if it manifests, great. If it doesn't, it's fine too. You know, if you could be like that, then you would have no resistance. And when you have no resistance, it's just like almost instantaneous manifestation, right? So, so for Fiona, and I just want to mention this with her wanting to have a baby, because it might, even though a whole lot of you out there aren't wanting that, it might help you see one of the other things that you need to do, which is focus on the end result, right? Go to the end result. Now, often when somebody wants to have a baby, they are focused on getting pregnant. Like that's their big thing. I've got to get pregnant. But getting pregnant's not the end result, is it? It isn't. The baby is the end result. And so the only thing to visualize and focus on is that baby in your arms, and to hear that baby, smell the baby, kiss the baby, you have to be focused on the baby. And so any of you who are wanting to manifest something, really make sure that you are focusing on the end result. And that way, when you're focused on the end result, it's a lot, I don't know, it's just a lot easier to believe. Um, so let me have a look at some other letters here. A lot of people talked about worthiness, but I hope that I've kind of helped you with that. Um, so I want to mention this letter from Danny in Ireland. He is working through the Magic 28 Days. And, you know, the Magic is really an incredible book to quickly change your life. It's 28 practices of gratitude. And gratitude is just works so fast. He says when working through the Magic, there's a day focused on healing broken relationships. True. What's the work that can be done when the broken relationship is with yourself? What are the most productive ways to heal the relationship you have with yourself when you hold on to blame for how you've acted, the decisions you've made, the life choices that haven't always been right? And so deservability and worthiness is, you know, big thing. Like there's a universal world belief, like I don't deserve this, you know, I have to work really hard and struggle for money. The only way I can get money is through my job. And then being delightfully human, we can tend to beat up on ourselves when we've done something wrong. But I just want to say to you, leave the past behind you, you know, and you are creating right now. You're not creating in the past unless you keep thinking about the past, and then you're going to recreate it. And so if you want to really feel way better about yourself and feel good, then the thing to do is to love as many things as you can every single day. Every single day. Pick out everything that you love. I love a blue sky. I love springtime when all the flowers are out. I love my dog. I love my cat. Like mentally go over everything that you love. I love my new kettle. I love this brand of coffee. I love these shoes. They're so comfortable. Like really, truly go through your day picking out everything, because what happens when you are emitting love out, all of that love comes back to you and it fills you up. And so to love yourself, then what you need to do is to just love everything that you possibly can, and that will all come back to you, and you will just find yourself looking in the mirror and then saying, oh, I really love this about me, and I really love that my dad gave me this quality, because this quality is really fantastic. So for anybody who is feeling unworthy, that's the perfect thing to do. Okay. We talked about manifesting more than one thing and creating a list. Okay, so here's a really great question that was sent in by, it's hard to read because it's just one of those little tricky names. It's not a name, it's just okay, it's YouTube, okay. Guys are telling me it's YouTube. Okay, in the book, Rhonda, in the book that you recommend reading, which is The Science of Getting Rich, and if you don't know about that, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles was the book that that was handed to me and that I read and completely changed my entire life in 90 minutes. And it's a small book. We have it for free on the Secret website, thesecret.tv. You can download it there. And it's about getting rich in all areas of your life, not just money, but does include money. So, in the book that you recommend reading, The Science of Getting Rich, Wallace Wattles talks about acting in a certain way, whereas you often say that no action is required. Could you talk a little bit about what it means to act in a certain way or not act at all? So, what Wallace Wattles meant when he said to act in a certain way was something that I've just already talked to you about, is to act as though you have it already, to embody it, and to fill yourself up with it, and to really, really act as though you have it. It's actually not action going out and, with a shovel and digging a hole or anything like that. It's acting in a certain way. It's taking on that mindset, that consciousness of what you want. And so that's what he meant. So he was right on to it. It was just, it was perfect, the way that he described that. And one of his chapters in The Science of Getting Rich is gratitude, and that's because it's so, so important. And one other thing I would say to you as another tip is, if you're struggling to manifest, just start doing every morning 10 things that you're grateful for. And just start doing that every single morning, because that is going to help your day, is going to help your thoughts, direct your thoughts to be more positive than negative. I mean, we all have the most incredible, incredible life with everything we want. It just comes down to our thoughts. I mean, it's not that you have to go out and conquer the world. That isn't it. It is just comes down to your thoughts. That's it. And so if you're struggling with negative thoughts, it just means you're not putting in deliberately enough positive thoughts. Because if you put in enough positive thoughts, the mind is just a program. And so you put in enough positive thoughts, the mind will start to be programmed to only have positive thoughts appear to you. Okay, because the thoughts are all kind of floating in the ether, and they're floating by, and they're not you, they're not a representation of you. So if negative thoughts are coming and you're like, gosh, I think so many negative thoughts, no, they're just appearing, they're just appearing. And so it's not a reflection of you. I mean, you're perfect, even though some of you don't feel you're perfect, you are absolutely perfect. So now I want to talk to you about this, because this could be good. Please forgive me if I say the name incorrectly. Abdigali from Kazakhstan. So they say how to maintain the state you would be in if what you want has already happened. It turns out to behave like this, and I feel as if everything I want has already happened, but I'm constantly thrown out of this state by circumstances and the reality that this is not so. What do I do? And so, okay, so Law of Attraction doesn't care if you are looking at something that's already manifested, because whatever you're looking at in your life, it's already manifested, right? So Law of Attraction doesn't care if you're looking at that or you're imagining. It makes no difference, because everything in your life has appeared in that same way. So all you need to do is just go back to imagining. And I remember somebody wrote in and said, I feel like I'm lying. You're not lying, you're creating. You're not lying. Like, the subconscious mind might say, you don't have a horse yet, or you don't have that car yet. But ignore that. Ignore it. Because you can say, oh yeah, well, you wait and see. You wait and see. Like, just get those thoughts out of there. Those thoughts don't belong to you, those negative thoughts. They don't belong. So Yeah, let them go. Okay, so now we have from Louise. Actually, I just want to talk to you guys. You know your manifestation is coming to life when it appears. You know, that's the thing, when it appears. Um, so, my God, so many people. No, the universe is always listening. What should I do if I feel the universe isn't listening to my manifestations? Now, guys, just hear that. What do I do if I feel like? What happens if you think that? Your wish is my command, right? The universe is always listening to you unless you say it's not. It's always listening to you. Its law of attraction is always responding to you, always. Either the absence or the manifestation, but it's always responding. You are super powerful. Okay, so I want to talk to you about this because this is important. Thank you for sharing your incredible wisdom in The Greatest Secret. It has completely changed my life. The Greatest Secret is the most recent book that I wrote, and it's a, how should I describe it? It's a leap on from The Secret because it talks to you about who you really are, some kind of things that I've talked to you about today, about how powerful you are. So in that book, you would come to understand how powerful you are. You would also come to understand how easy it is to manifest because we live in a mental universe, you know, and don't wait for science is wonderful, but don't wait for them. They're a long way off discovering the substance of the universe. Don't let you have your great life now, and don't wait on science. They're doing a fantastic job, but yeah, manifest the life you deserve. I would like to ask you one question. What are the limits of the law of attraction? I've heard multiple times that the law of attraction doesn't have limits and that your beliefs are the only limit. But there are some things that are impossible, right? For example, flying like the birds or altering physical laws like gravity. It doesn't matter how much one thinks about it. I would love to fully understand this. And even though I've seen your video, I still don't get it. Okay, so there are yogis in India. There were scientists who went and tested the yogis. There are yogis in India that can do extraordinary things. The same kind of things that, you know, were recorded in the Bible that Jesus did. They also, Yogananda. Yogananda has a book called the Autobiography of a Yogi, and that is full of all these incredible things that these yogis did and can do. They could make food manifest. They would take empty containers on a trek across India, and they would fill those containers with food through using the mind. They did so many things. They saw the world, they saw the truth of the world, and therefore they knew how to do all of these things. They could see that the world was very vaporous. We kind of look at it that it's very solid, but the more aware you become and the more conscious you become, you realize it's a lot more malleable, you know, more vaporous. And so they would be able to appear in one place and then appear in another place almost instantaneously. So I've also, not that I'm going to name names, but I've also know of teachers that are able to do those things as well. So I guess I'm just trying to answer this question by saying there aren't there aren't any limits, really, but it just depends where you are on the journey of consciousness, because these yogis, they're the internal work that they do and their level of consciousness is incredibly high. Okay, so so now let's get on to awareness. Okay, because the biggest way, the only way that you can manage your thoughts, get control of your thoughts, make sure that your thoughts are more positive than negative, is by becoming aware of your thoughts. And that is the most important thing that you could ever do. Become more aware, okay? More aware. And so a lot in the spiritual areas, they say kind of wake up, wake up. And what they mean by wake up is to be more aware. So if you have a lot of thoughts going in your head, you can kind of get mesmerized and hypnotized listening to all those thoughts. But you see, when you're aware, they can't, the thoughts stop. They just stop. And then you get to a point where they just don't bother you because they're way in the background, you know, and they don't bother you. So you deliberately think all of the really, really great thoughts. So becoming aware is really, really massive. And it would be the one thing that I would say to all of you is to do everything you can to be more aware, okay? Okay, so where are we? Let's see. Okay, Bianca Lewis is saying, what if you could help your okay, what if you could help your loved ones? Okay, so there are some questions, the short questions, actually, guys. Oh, really? We're 30 minutes in. Whoa, I've been talking a lot. I wish you guys could talk to me. Wish you guys could, you know, we could have some. Oh, it's so lovely. Yeah. Oh, really? How to remain aware of. Yes, guys, yes, yes. Uh, you're all amazing. Awareness. What is awareness? Whoa, good question. Okay, so awareness is you would not know your name unless you're aware of it. You would not know you have a body. You only know you have a body because you're aware of it. You only know where your home is because you're aware of where your home is. So awareness is everything. You know, we wouldn't know anything without awareness. Awareness is the same as consciousness, being conscious, but we wouldn't know anything. We wouldn't know another person. We're aware of somebody else. We're aware that our name is this. We're aware that we came from this family. We're aware that we have a job here. That's what awareness is. Awareness, without it, we just wouldn't be here, actually, at all. Yeah, we'd be like a tree. We wouldn't move. We wouldn't move. Okay, so there are some short ones. Okay, somebody asked this, and I think this is a really good question. This is from Pilar in Spain. And Pilar says, I'm in love with a friend. Could I manifest a love relationship with him, or he has to want it as well for it to happen? Yes, he has to want it as well for it to happen. It does. Now, let's say he does, but he is shy, then you could kind of imagine, you know, being with him, but you don't want to get too attached, because one of the things that we do is we think that person would be perfect for me, but guess what? The universe can see everyone. And there may be somebody that's 100 times better for you than the one that you think. So it's kind of good to not fixate on one person. We can only create in our own lives. We can't create in another person's life. So, you can't put a spell on your friend, because if you could put a spell on your friend for your friend to love you, that means somebody else could put a spell on you, right? And so we can't do that at all. With children, with babies, with children, really little children, the age of reason is 7, and the children are more conscious at 7. But when children are really little, like toddlers and things like that, most definitely parents can visualize the happiness and the joy and everything like that for their child. Remember that whatever you visualize for somebody else is automatically going to come back to you as well, right? So only send out good thoughts to other people. And because you know what, somebody that's crossed you in some way, it's not worth it to hurt your own life, right? It's just not worth it. So, okay. Yes. All right. So, let's see what else we have. Okay, so Shyami from Canada says, 40 minutes, God. Gosh, goodness. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, but deep inside, I have an urge to do something big, something meaningful. How do I manifest something I don't know about? Thank you, and I love everything you say. Do you know what I used to do? And I'll give this to you. I've mentioned this before, but I want to give it to you again. If you don't know exactly what your manifestation looks like, or let's say you want a job and you don't know exactly what that job looks like, or you want the perfect partner, but you don't know exactly what they look like, or you have a dream like this person does, but you don't know what it is. What I always have done is I have jumped for joy. So I have visualized myself jumping for joy over this manifestation, and have seen myself so happy, like on top of the world, and so excited. And so you visualize that. That has to come into fruition, right? It has to appear. So are we all good?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all good. I just want to make sure all you guys are here. Thank you, everybody, for what your house paid off. Well, then imagine that. Walk around your house as though it's paid off, right? Walk around your house as though you are absolutely free of any mortgage, and just feel what that feels like. And do it every day. Do it every day until it's paid off, until it's manifested, okay? Okay, so the guys want me to tell you this. If the subtitles are not appearing in this live, we will fix that for the next one. This is the first time we've done 3 social media platforms at the one time. We'll be sure to turn them on in the replay. Okay, so great. On Instagram, have you read Joseph Murphy's books, Rhonda? Yes. Every one of them. Absolutely every one of them. I love Joseph Murphy. I love, if anybody is interested, I think The Power of Your Subconscious Mind is absolutely wonderful. Yeah, fantastic. wonderful author. He's the form of his body is not here anymore, but yeah, wonderful, really wonderful. Okay, I like this, Christine. Awareness and manifestation. Oh, it's disappearing. Okay, awareness and manifestation. The link between the two, please. Okay, right. The more aware you are, the more aware you are, the faster things will manifest. Okay? That's why I'm saying to you, I want you to focus on being more aware. Because if you focus on being more aware, you're going to notice negative thoughts and you're not going to empower them. And you will empower positive thoughts. The more aware you are, the faster you will manifest. I was just listening to a teacher who was passed, and he was talking about awareness. And he said this. He said, if you were sitting on a snow-capped mountain, isolated from everything, and you wanted to have strawberry shortcake with cream, it would manifest instantly if you were fully, totally aware. Right? Fully aware. And so the more aware that you are, the faster everything will manifest. The better your life will be, the happier you'll be. And so now I just want to talk about one more thing before we finish, and that is about your emotions. 45 minutes we are. Wow. I hope you guys are okay. I'm not rabbiting on too much. I want to talk about your emotions and the kind of the scale of negative feelings, okay, and positive feelings. So when you're happy, you will manifest really fast. That is when you are happy, you know, something's happened and you're super happy, or you listen to your favorite piece of music and you dance like crazy around your living room, which is what I used to do to get happy, or do gratitude. But when you're happy, that is the time. Move in, think the thoughts of what you want, think the thoughts that it's already here, and as though you have it, and visualize. Do all of that when you're happy. When you've woken up on the wrong side of the bed and you're feeling agitated and you're feeling short-tempered and you're feeling grumpy, I want to save you a lot of trouble. Don't visualize. Don't. Because you have very little power when you are down in those negative emotions. You have all the power when you are happy and up high. So don't even bother, because the fact that we can't manifest, that we have way less power in negative emotions, is a self-protective mechanism. Okay, so when we're depressed, we have very little power to manifest, okay? But we can still get ourselves out of it just the same. But that's for another day. That's for another day. Did I finish that thought completely? Have you got it? Are you going to... Oh, yes. Somebody asked, does robotic affirmation work? Absolutely. You know why? Because every single affirmation is a thought, right? It's a thought. It's a positive thought of what you want. And so do affirmations. They're amazing. They're wonderful. I have done so many affirmations in my life, and I still do them. So here, somebody asked me, some wonderful person, and let me find. Here we go. This is the last one, I promise you guys. Karen K from California. That's where I am, California. Besides practice and repetition, can you recommend a one-liner or brief affirmation to remind me and anyone else listening that we can and will make our desires a reality and succeed in resurrecting ourselves from past negative situations? Okay, so I'm going to give you an affirmation that I have said, I don't know how many times, hundreds, thousands of times. And Charles Harnell, who lived way back early 1900s, created this affirmation, and this affirmation represents who we are in absolute perfection. There's nothing missing from here. And so if you are all of these things, your life is incredible. And so this is the affirmation: I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. And that, honestly, is one of the best affirmations you can ever say, because it covers everything. And then one other one that I say, which I've shared sometimes, is, let me think, I'm living a long, 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 healthy, 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 happy, happy life. Happy, happy, happy. Three of everything. And that's something that I say a lot too. I cannot tell you how much you guys mean to me. I want to thank you so much for joining this live, and I want to thank you for all of your messages. They are so beautiful. Please, please, please remember how powerful you are. You are incredibly powerful, and you can't turn it off. Okay? It's always there. Your power is always there. You don't have to do anything to get it. It's yours automatically. So use the incredible power that you have to create your dream life. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to see you again soon. And I love you all so much. Thank you for joining the Secret Live Q&A. We are so grateful for your support. For even more life-changing content on the power of manifestation, make sure to subscribe to the Secret YouTube channel and connect with us on your favourite social media platform. Ready to dive deeper into the secret teachings? Visit us at thesecret.tv to explore further. May the joy be with you.